So happy to be joining you this evening. We are right on the cusp of the new year. Some countries, some time zones have already celebrated that. So happy new year to everyone who 2021 has already arrived for. Here on the East Coast in Atlanta, Georgia, it is about 10 p.m. So we are not quite there yet. We've got another 2 hours to wait. So I am going to be doing tonight a live stream that is going to include some oracle energy for what is coming up for the collective. These are going to be collective readings tonight, guys. We're not going sign by sign because I'm going to be working this weekend and next week on sign by sign more in depth. New Year's predictions for each of our 12 zodiac signs. So tonight we're just simply doing a collective reading of what to expect. So we will be doing some oracle cards to get some main, themes, some elements that will be coming up for everyone. We will be doing a 12 card, 24 card, I should say, because I will clarify those, spread for each of the months of the year. I will be doing some pick a card readings. I will be explaining some of the overall astrology elements of what's coming up month by month by using my ephemeris. So we will go January through December of 2021 and look at the main things that are going to be coming up and stuff we should be aware of going forward. So that's what we will be looking at tonight. And yes, we are going to also include some pick a card readings. I've got about 4 or 5 decks here that I'm going to give everyone, something to make it a little more personal, where you can look at those card decks and choose which one of them you're most drawn to and feels best for you. And at the end, I am going to sing a song for you. It is an old Scottish song that has been sung for New Year's Eve for a very, very long time, called Auld Lang Syne. I think everybody knows at least some version of that song, but I will be singing both. I will be singing both the traditional Scottish, which is like kind of old Scots, dialect, and the one that we know really well. So that will be closing us up, and hopefully we'll get all this done before midnight. So we'll get you out of here so you can go pop that champagne or drink that eggnog and and whatever it is that you want to go do. Good to see you all in the chat. Thank you so much. I've been burning incense, so I apologize if I'm sniffly. The last time that I was on, hey Heart of Gold, the last time I was on a live stream, my stomach got really hungry. So I have got Fig Newtons here. I've got a big cup of tea. So in case my stomach starts growling, I'm going to start eating those. Just letting you know in advance. Good to see you, Happy Girl, Moonchild. I see you, Gary. So good. I think I saw Denise. There she is. Yes. Oh, Apple, yes. Me too, Happy Girl. Eric, hey there. Hey, Silver Star, baby. Silver Star, let me reach out there and do something real quick. She's going to be our new moderator. There we go. Because Silver Star, you had asked me before, and it's something I've wanted to do, and cha-ching, you have a wrench. So welcome to the moderator clan. Yeah. I hope you enjoy our crazy little team. We have some good chats. Krista, and I saw you in there, Ian. Good to see you out there from the West Coast. You got even longer to wait for midnight. Yeah, because you're 3 hours earlier. The West Coast represent. Oh, I had many. Yeah, Seattle. I love it. I love it. I lived in Oregon for almost 8 years, Happy Girl. I have a lot of good memories from being there. I love the Pacific Northwest. Fry King is in the house. Good to see you, dude. I lived in Portland, Oregon, Happy Girl, in the Beaverton Tigard area to be exactly. Yeah. I'm so happy you're here, Silver Stars. It's actually like, I realized the last time I did a live that it's actually like really easy for me to just reach out and make someone a moderator. And so I know you're here. I know you've been in the chat, in the channel for a very long time, and I'm very pleased to have you join the dragon team. Use your power wisely, babe. I'm using a special teacup tonight that says "Be a Dragon." Anybody that's ever seen the Game of Thrones, you know, when she told her to, you know, don't be like everyone else. You're a dragon, so you gotta be a dragon. And that's definitely, I don't get a choice. I gotta be a dragon every day. Oh, no problem, Fry King. No problem. If you just want to come in and say hey and take off, yeah. Silver Star, I know. I loved it too till they messed up the ending. I was like, don't mess with my dragon girl. You can imagine how I felt about that. I was like, no. I was like, it was too sad with the sad dragon carrying her off. Don't even get me started on that one. Yeah, I know. No. I like how through the entire series, she was just like saying to everyone she was gonna get what was hers with fire and blood. And then when she actually did that, they were like, why'd you do that? I'm like, well, she told you for like 8 years. She was gonna do that. And then you got mad when she did it. Yeah, I heard that, Silver Star, that they're gonna get more into the Targaryens and the dragon family and all that. So we'll see what happens. That was one of those shows that I didn't, yeah, they were staring at the bluebies in that one. I know, right? That's the truth. There were lots of bluebies in that series. I was one of those that I didn't really watch it until it was almost over, and then I had a friend that was like, hey, I've got all the DVDs, I'll let you binge them, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so I watched it. You know, that series is way back from the 80s, and so like all my, you know, geek and gamer friends were like, we've been reading these books for forever, you know. I understand that one, Moonchild, totally. Oh my gosh, like what was that? No, there were so many things that were so like, whoa. There were so many moments I just had to turn my head. I'm like, oh, I can't be watching that. I have a pretty strong constitution, but there were a lot of scenes in that series where I was like, no, not watching that. Exactly, Moonchild. Exactly. Not a lot of job security on that show. Not a lot of job security. Exactly, Silver Star. I know. Well, the only real reason I got into it at all was because I was like, well, there's dragons, so, you know, well, I'm going to give it a shot if it's got dragons, you know. And the dragons were great. Like, I loved, the dragon part was, those were some of the best scenes. It was like, Dracarys! Rah! I was like, yeah, dragon! You go get it! You go get it! Rah! Burninating the countryside! Yeah! Yeah, I loved that. Those parts were good. And I'm like, well, you know, so what if they burned a few kids here and there? You know, they're dragons. Dragons gonna do what they gonna do. Oh my goodness. Alright, guys, so, oh yeah. The dragon time is always a fun time. So, yes, exactly, Eric. I know. That was probably like one of the most like epic moments, yeah, coming out of the fire. I actually made an analogy to that of what some people have gone through this year. It's like coming through the fire and emerging. And you know, it's not been an easy year. So it's like we're all kind of coming out of a really deep transformative fiery process. I think that's kind of a Capricorn's definitely been doing that. My cardinal signs have definitely been doing that. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Cap. Told you I'd be sneezing. Because I burned a bunch of incense. I was doing clearing work, and I was doing some prosperity rituals earlier. So I was burning my incenses, guys. So very sniffly. That's right, Moonchild. That's right. So we're going to start out with some oracle tonight. This is going to be a collective, guys. This is going to be a collective reading because I'm going to be working the next couple days and over, you know, maybe into the week, depending on how much work I get done on 2021 prediction readings, overview readings for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So definitely, you know, just keep in touch with the channel. Those will be posted hopefully starting like tomorrow. I'm going to try to record at least a couple of those tonight before I go to sleep. Hey Laura Z, good to see you. And we'll get those up. So tonight is just going to be, this is a collective for all of us, which I think is a powerful collective. I think we have a very nice, very strong, very awesome core of folks here. And of course, there's, you know, many others that don't get to join the live streams and they watch them later. So I do feel that it's like we read for a collective and we read for, you know, all the signs. But I do feel that, you know, vibrationally, there's some people that are going to get more out of this than others. And I do feel as well that the right people find the channel, right? They find the channel. They find us. They find us. The ones that are meant to be here will be here. I feel that for any reader on YouTube or anywhere else, you know, it's like the ones that vibrationally need those messages or resonate with it, they're going to find their folks. So yeah, that's why I love y'all so much, because I know it's like this is a vibrational thing. Like, you know, I didn't know you, you didn't know me, and then it was like suddenly boom and we're here. And it's like, yeah, we're having a party. Mm-hmm. They hear the call of the dragon. So we're gonna start out with some oracle. Then we're going to do a 12-month spread, month by month. We're going to take it from January through December, all the way through the end of the year. We're going to look at the themes that come up with each month. I'm going to go through my brand new Llewellyn Ephemeris. So excited, always get one of these every year, to give you some tips astrologically. If you're a student of astrology or an old practitioner, no matter what, you need an ephemeris. The best thing about this little book, I'm not paid by Llewellyn, y'all. I just, you know, I buy an astrology calendar every year when the year starts. But it takes it day by day. So it's a good little planner. You can make notes, you know, in the book itself. And then, which is great. It's really, I mean, for a compact book, that's awesome. So it starts out, like, it gives you all of last year's astrological planet, you know, transits. And I know it's like tiny, tiny little print, guys. But so then it's going to give you 2021 and 22 as well, all in the back. So you can see what the planet movements will be throughout the end of 2022, which is really, really handy to have. So I will be taking us month through month, you know, just looking at each page from the ephemeris and saying, here's the big astrological themes that really stick out to me. Yeah, because that's something that, you know, at the beginning of the year, you kind of go through that. And you just, you know, you take your calendar and you mark out, okay, here's your Mercury retrogrades, here's your lunar solar eclipses, here's things like that. So, yeah, people are blowing up fireworks and stuff outside right now. So I'm hearing a lot of explosions. And then after that, we're going to do a little pick a card round. I've got about 4 or 5 different decks. And we're going to do a little pick a cards action so that it gets a little bit more personal for y'all. And then I am going to sing you the Scottish classic Auld Lang Syne, because that is a beautiful song that has been a big, big tradition for, I don't even know how many years, probably hundreds, if not thousands. I don't know how old that darn song is, but it is an old Scots song. And it's very meaningful to me, and my dad, it was, you know. We would always sing that song or listen to it somehow or some way on the New Year's Eve. And so yeah, I'll be finishing the evening out with that. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's go ahead, and as if I wasn't tempting my sinuses enough, as if I wasn't doing that enough, I am going to burn a little sage and a little sweetgrass, just to get some good vibes. Let's get our sun fork. Let's get our earth fork so we can bring in some sonic clarity as well. I'm going to do that. I always like to do this for you guys. So here we go. All right, for our sage in the chat. Oh, Krista, yay! I'm glad. You know, I almost never go out for New Year's Eve. My long-time tradition at midnight every time is to gather my bunnies. I get my bunnies. I put them on my bed. I hold on to them as it turns midnight, and I just say prayers for them and all my friends, and that's been my New Year's tradition for many years, is to just hold on to those little babies and just pray for everybody's peace and safety and blessing and abundance and all good things to come in for people. That's it. Yeah, that's what I do. And then maybe eat some fruitcake or something. Maybe eat something good. All right, so sage for you guys. Sage to clarify and clear the space and to clear me. And I'm asking Archangel Michael to clear all my card decks so that all good messages come through, everything that we need to hear and see. Let's burn a little bit of our sweetgrass as well. I'm going to welcome in the spirit of the divine, welcome in all our angels, archangels, guardians, guides, passed on loved ones, anyone that we want to work with. He wants to be here with us on this special evening as we shift our numeric vibration. And that means that everybody's life path is changing up too tonight, because we go from, we have our fixed life path here. Like my fixed life path is 8. So 2020 was a 6 for me. So I'm going to a 7. So everybody, whatever your specific one is, I can actually tell you how to do that. It's really, really easy to find your life path. All you have to do, like for me, my full birth year is January 1977. So the way that I add that up is I take it all, all the numbers, and it's you add, 1 for January, the day, plus 1, plus 9, plus 1, plus 9, plus 7, plus 7. Add all those together, you're going to usually get a double digit, and I think mine is 35. Add the 3 and the 5, and you get a single number, which is the 8. And so that's how you calculate your fixed life path. Then if you want to know what your personal life path year is, what you might be experiencing in the current year that we're in, all you have to do is take your day, your month, and add the current year. So instead of I would add my month, 1, my day, plus 19, 1, 9. So that I get 11 out of that, right? And so then we add the current year. So 11 plus 2, we get 13, right? Another 2, we get 15, and plus 1, we get 16. Add the 1 and the 6, and you get a 7. So that is how you find out your life path number and also how to calculate your personal year. It's really nice. It's really interesting. Ooh, Silver Star 9 is a powerful one. My dad was a 9 as well. Usually if your fixed life path is 9, then you have a lot of things. Like you have a very almost kind of like destined life. Like there's something very specific that you have to, like you feel like you have to work something very specific in this lifetime that's coming to a completion, because 9 is that completion number. And it's very spiritual. It's very a little intense, because on our transitory life paths, the 9 is usually a year of endings and completions. And so if you have the 9, then it's like you feel that in your lifetime, that there's a lot of completions and a lot of things that are very fated that have to come about. Like you feel like you really have a purpose, like a very specific one, and you have to work that. Yeah. So I love the 9s. Yeah. Nice. Nice, Krista. 6 years is a relationship year. It's a love year. It is. 6s are all about the loves. All right. Child, you have a calculator, sweetheart? Just use your calculator. I use the calculator because I can't, like, my child, you are not dumb. Wow, I feel like the British are coming or something. They're blowing stuff up out there. Do 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 do. Boom. It's like they're really going. All right. Happy girl, you're gonna have a good year if you're 8. If your year is 8, this is a year of manifestation. 8s are usually good money years. Yeah. All right, let's get a little bit of sonic vibration. We're gonna use the sun and the earth. Get some grounding and some calm, centered rootedness down into Mother Earth. And just let our consciousness be there. So there's so much going on up here, right? So it's good to root into the earth. Just get that grounding center put right down into the center of the earth. All right, guys, let's get it going. Let's get as much of this done as we can. Because it's not going to be a crazy, crazy long reading, but it's going to be some good stuff. Let's see what we got. All right. Silver Star, you're going to have to get Moonchild to behave. Now that we got another mod, she got to keep Moonchild on her toes. All right, y'all. Let's start out with a Sacred Destiny Oracle card. Dear angels, archangels, ancestors, all of our past on loved ones, and our personal guides, and our guides for the collective. I'm just putting out the energy, putting out the vibration, and asking you for good messages overall about how to handle this coming year ahead, what's coming in for us, what kind of main focuses we should have as a collective, what we should be working on, looking towards, things that are coming in for us. So let's start out with a key word from our Sacred Destiny Oracle to show us what's coming in with 2001's vibration. Look at this. Well, okay, guys, our keyword is action, so it's really not about sitting still. It really isn't. And on the bottom of the deck, we have security. So to me, that really tells us a lot. It really does. Action and security are our two keywords for the collective. So to me, it is a year of taking action, but that security consciousness is also very strong. February 12th, we are entering the year of the ox in the Chinese lunar year. The ox energy is akin to Capricorn, which is very much about, financial stability and security. I would say that this is really finding your home grounding space as well, because we have that, that campfire, right, under the stars. And so there's that feeling of connecting with the ancestors, right? We have the petroglyphs on the, canyon rock wall here. And so that to me feels like there's really a feeling, yeah, it's not to take action without considering your security and your grounding center, but it is a year that movement is important, right? It really is. It's a year that sometimes you're just going to have to act. It almost feels like Aries Capricorn, doesn't it? Because Aries is all about, action and movement. It's very fire energy with this action card. Security feels very Capricorn, very Cancer, very like home, Taurus kind of energy. It's like that rooted, grounded energy. So it may be a year. I can absolutely, I feel this coming already because of the ox energy of the lunar year, the Capricorn energy that's coming in with that. It's going to be a year that things don't always move as fast as we want them to because of that, but sometimes they're going to speed up real quick. There's going to be some stops and starts. There's going to be wait, and then there's going to be move. So it's like, it's really, that's what I say about divine timing, right? Divine timing is a thing, some people see that and they think it means that they're just going to have to sit there and wait forever, but it doesn't mean that. It means sometimes you'll be waiting, but having a good sense of timing means you'll know exactly when to act, right? So that's why it's like you want to really have a good sense of timing, pay attention to it, because it's going to be, I think there's going to be times when it's very slow feeling. and then times where it just feels like it's going, going, going. And so the best way that you can get ready for that is to be as prepared as possible, because that's the thing I would say about Capricorn energy. It's always that like motto of be prepared, right? Capricorns are always like getting ready for any outcome, any kind of case scenario. We're like best case, worst case, in between case. It's like we got to have a contingency plan for all. And so Capricorn, whatever it is, you know, they always feel like I've got to be ready for it. So I think that that's really what it is. And then of course the action card feels so Aries to me. It feels so like get going, just take the jump, take the leap. So I would say that anything wanting to take a leap about or wanting to jump into, plan ahead as much as possible. Obviously we can't plan for everything because life is funny like that, but as much as it is in your power, in your realm of possibility, absolutely. So let's get into a numerology card. Let's see what our primary number. Colin, thank you for that blessing. 2020, holy goodness, that's so generous of you. Thank you, hon. Aw, you're awesome. Ending the year with a bang here. Yes. Aw, Mr. Crabulosity. Hey, Transformation Queen, good to see you in the chat. All right, let's get a numerology card on this. Actually, I'm going to pull one from the bottom, one from the top, just like with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's see what we've got coming up. You know, I think it's sort of like the equal balance, right? Male and female, divine masculine, divine feminine, yin and yang. It's the equal opposite. So it's interesting that, you know, we've got action and we've got security, because to me, that really just feels, it feels very masculine and very feminine as well, right? So there's a definite balance. So let's see what we have coming up for 2021 in our numerology themes. Let's see what we have got. Okay, first card is effort. Make the effort. This is the year where we can't slack. Number 13 adds up to a 4. 4 is about stability, balance, equal give and take. So I do feel, even though 2020 is moving out, which is a number of the 4, we've got the 4 coming in here again. So this is saying, you know, like I said, you've got to plan. It's like this is not a year that we can be passive. Not a year that we can be passive. And my feeling with this effort card, it's like it doesn't mean you got to kill yourself working, right? This is about concerted effort over time. Like even if you're just taking 5 to 10 minutes a day to put in the effort towards something that you want, it's going to build. This is a building energy. And on the bottom, check it out. I love this. The 7-7, spirituality. So I would say that there's a real spiritual motivation behind the effort we take. And yet again, this also feels very masculine, very feminine, right? This is the real world manifestations. This is getting it done, getting it done. Spirituality is listening to your intuition, listening to the calling of the soul, developing your spiritual intentions. I love a 7-7. That's my birth year, so I'm loving to see that 7-7 come out. I think that's a great repeating number. It adds up to a 14, which adds up to a 5, which is our year. So here we are. 2024 is a 4. 2021 is a 5, and so are these. I think that's very fascinating. And so I could also say where we may be leaving, slowly but surely, leaving behind so much, you know, gut-wrenching effort and moving towards a place of more spiritual acceptance as the course of the year goes by. Since this is what came out first and this is what came out second. Interesting. Interesting. All right, guys. Next, I'm going to pull 2 guardian angels from our guardian angel deck. I'm going to see which 2 are going to be mostly attending us, what we should be calling on for our angels in general, what the collective should be kind of focusing on, kind of asking for help with from our spiritual team. We all have one. You do. So let's see what we've got coming up for that. Dear angels, all our guardian angels and archangels, all the ones that watch over us and watch over the collective, please give us your advice and your guidance to know which one of you to call on and the elements that we need to ask for help with. What do we need more assistance with over this year of 2021, please? Oh, wow. I don't think this could get any more perfect. Number one, the angel of positivity. Look at that. Look at that. I just did those positivity readings a couple days ago for the full moon in Cancer because I felt such a need for it personally and on the collective. I was like, we've got to do some positivity work because we've been going through this long, dark night of the soul, long, dark tunnel, trying to get to the light at the end. And that is exactly what we need. So it's like, I am definitely not like a little ray of sunshine, right? I'm a gloomy Capricorn a lot of the friggin' time. I am. And so I'm not one of these like fake saccharine cheerleader types. It's like, everything's great. No, I'm not like that. Not at all. And so to me, true positivity, it's like, that's like keeping your head up, even in the middle of the crap. Like, even when things are super, super hard, it's almost that sort of dogged determinedness, like really fighting for your positivity, really fighting for your happiness, really, really insisting on it, even when things are tough. Like, even keeping just a journal and writing down like, a few things you're grateful for each day. That's a very good way to encourage positivity and gratitude and open the door for more of those good things to come in. So very nice card. To me, this also feels like the more that you keep the vibration high, ask your angelic team, ask your spiritual, guides to get you through this, because this is beautiful. It's like here they are, here we are, going through it, and we may not see our spiritual guides helping us through it, but if we ask for it, it's like, get me through this dark night of the soul, get me through this dark tunnel, help me get to the light, help me get to the freaking rainbow at the end. That's so beautiful. Oh, Jacqueline, I'm glad you came in. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point too. We're past the solstice. We're coming back into the light as well. So that's a trajectory, and that's something that I would absolutely ask your spiritual team for, your angels, your guides, your past and loved ones. They're there to help with this, because we are going through a dark night. We have been going through a long dark tunnel, right? It's a little bit of that Shawshank Redemption energy. It really is. It's like tunnel, and you'll get your freedom, no matter how tough it is and how long it takes, right? And then what was on the bottom is the angel of solitude. Look at that. Look at that. So they're angel of solitude. And I think that this is very important, because this is a time, this is an energy that we're all in, because we've had to spend a lot of time in solitude and isolation and quarantining and lockdown, all that kind of thing. So to me, this is powerful, because this is saying, ask your angels, your guardians, your guides to help you to be in that solitude and to take advantage of it, right? To not fight against it. It's a really beautiful thing to cultivate. And I really do believe that that's part of what all of this has been teaching us and bringing through, is it's helping us to get in touch with ourselves. It's helping us to learn how to be our own best friend, how to be our own best companion, because if we don't get real with ourselves and we don't work on ourselves and we don't like spending time in our own company, how can we be happy spending time with other people? That's a very important thing. So ask your angels, ask your guides, help me to learn how to be in solitude with grace and with relaxation and ease, instead of fighting against it. Solitude is important. It's powerful. My positivity readings that I did for Capricorn, I remember that solitude card came up in the fairy oracle. I was like, yeah, solitude is a powerful thing. And when you can enjoy your own company, that is such a gift. It's such a gift to just be happy within yourself, content within yourself. So, greater positivity coming through, and then also being in grace as we get through it, because sometimes we may feel like we're really going through this alone, right? We're not really. We always have our spiritual team there. We're never really alone, guys. Ever. We're never really alone. I know I'm not. um, But, you know, it's about getting through to the other side, and sometimes having to lean, you know, on ourselves and our spiritual team for a lot of support, because not everybody can support us, because people are going through a lot. This is, you know, people are going through a lot. All right, so let's see what we have in the collective for our signs that are going, you know, what's coming up in our signs, our planet, and our house. What areas are we going to be really focused on? Now, for the winter solstice, we had some very intense stuff. For the winter solstice, the next 3 months ahead, we had Aquarius, Uranus, and the first house. So it was very intense. So for the collective of 2001, I want to ask which zodiac sign and which lessons, you know, that sign, you know, comes with. What are we going to be looking at? What are we going to be looking at? What is the best, you know, energy? What are the things we need to learn the most? What are some of those themes and elements for each of us to focus on? Look at this. It's Aquarius again. So, winter solstice and all of 2001, the power of Aquarius is with us. This doesn't surprise me. It doesn't. You know, it's like it's pretty cool to get the same card again, but I think that just confirms it. Aquarius is the energy that we're really riding high on. And to me, Aquarius is radical. It's revolutionary. It brings the breakthroughs. It shakes up the status quo. It shakes up systems. It encourages us to be our authentic self. It's a energy of liberation, of freedom, of truth, and it's the mass consciousness. So it reminds us that we're all united. We're all in this together. We're not living in separation times anymore. So we are really in it for each other. It's very, very important. Yeah, it could be a little anarchy. It could be a little anarchy. Absolutely. So that's our sign. And you know, Jupiter and Saturn are both in Aquarius, of course, all year, this year. Jupiter, this is actually Jupiter stays 1 year in each sign. And so this is Jupiter's Aquarius year. So I feel like this is going to be very, very prominent. It's electric energy. It's rebellious, idealistic. Technological advancements and inventions can be very much part of that. Using technology to unite people continues to be very strong. So let's see what our planet card is bringing through for 2001. Which luminary around us is going to be playing the strongest out in our lives throughout this year, please? Saturn. Saturn's our guy. Saturn in Aquarius this year, guys. The part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. This is learning, this is growing, this is maturing. This is incredible. I just, you know, to me, this is really about it. And, you know, we had that effort card. Saturn is about effort. It's about setting new foundations. Nope, Saturn is home. You know, Saturn traditionally rules both Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn's going to be in Aquarius for 3 years, y'all. If you happen to be in Aquarius, or you know, wherever Aquarius is prominently placed in your chart, check it out on a personal level, because this is for the collective. And check out where Saturn places in your chart. That's probably where it's going to really affect you. For me, Saturn is in my marriage house. It's in my relationship sector. And I'm a Capricorn, so it's my buddy whether I like it or not. So, to me, when you get the futuristic rebellious sign of Aquarius meeting up with a more traditional, conventional planet like Saturn, we're really radicalizing our systems. You know, I think that the way we handle big business, money, traditional values are shifting. Yeah. And that's a good thing, guys. That's a good thing. So, me too, Silver Star. That's incredible. Yeah. 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 We're going to have a lot of changes in our relationship life. I think it's a good thing. Let's see what house is coming up. Hey, Sarah. Good to see you. Aw. Yeah, let's see what our house is going to be. Now, the house is where things play out. That's like the stage where things play out. So let's see what we've got coming up Dear Spirit, please, for 2021, what area of our life, what stage is most of this action going to play out on, and where do we need to focus and put some attention? Look at that. Yes, the fourth house. Big house, guys. Talk about a karmic house. The house of the soul's origins, childhood origins, roots, family, traditions, your feeling of stability. Yeah, your home and the roots of your being. That's what it says. And so to me, this is working through anything that has made you feel less than stable, anything that has not led you to feeling the most stable, rooted, grounded, and balanced. It could be healing some old family issues, healing some inner child issues, figuring out where you want to live, what feels like home to you. You could be moving, you could be selling a house, you could be buying a house. This is where it's all happening. This is the stage it's happening on. Family has a lot to do with our life this year. Those friendship connections have a lot to do with what we're doing this year. This is a very emotional house. It's nice. I mean, this is an interesting energy for this year. Aquarius, Saturn, fourth house. If you put Saturn in Aquarius in the fourth house, that to me means, oh, that combination. You who are studying astrology, you tell me what you think that is. I can tell you what I think it is. What I know that combination feels like for me. What that spells out. That's like radical new changes, new restructuring, changing a lot of the traditional structure to something that's way more futuristic, something that fits more in line with new systems and new thought, mass consciousness, the good of all, right? And it's happening in that fourth house. So to me, it's like it feels like a solid home that's very unique. This is like the cool family. This is the cool family, right? They're structured, they're stable, they take care of each other, they're dedicated, they're committed. That's Saturn, right? But they're weird, they're eccentric, they're offbeat, they do their own thing, they're creative, they're funky, they don't worry about whatever people are saying about them. They might be that house on the block, where it's like, yeah, those people are weirdos, but that's where you want to hang, right? They're always thinking, they're always moving, they're recycling, they're composting. They're doing all the good stuff. They're exploring their unique voice. They're writing music, poetry, cooking weird food from all over around the world, enjoying and loving, all different cultures, right? It's, yeah. And then the fourth house, yeah, that's where the home is. That's where it is. I mean, that to me, that's what that feels like exactly. So to me, it's really coming up with your own unique home expression. Yeah, David Bowie is our dad. That's right. And he's a Capricorn, so that works out. He had Aquarius rising, though. He was a very Aquarian Capricorn, which makes sense. Right? So that's how that feels to me. It's like, I think that this is like having a solid home, solid stability, but doing it in your own unique way, and not worrying about what anybody thinks. If it works for you, it works for you. Setting up a home and a home life and home situation that just really speaks to your soul and gives you that feeling of stability. Yeah. That's right, Moonchild. All right, now I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, and then we will get into our 12-month reading from the tarot. So let's see what we have. What realms are we going to this year? That's what I really want to know about. Where are we going? How is the path leading us? What's the best way to get there? What new realms is this 2021 vibration opening up to us? Thank you so much, Spirit. Colin's gonna hate this one, but I love it. The first one is the dolphin collar. Look at that. Love, pure joyful friendships, loving help and compassion, more playfulness, more fun, getting in touch with our fellow earthlings, getting in touch with the planet. You may feel like you're really calling those better situations to you, calling your soul tribe to you, you know, really bringing in those symbiotic relationships that are very mutually beneficial for everyone involved. Ooh. And then on the bottom, we have the secret of Camelot. Look at that. The authority of spirit. So we have the Tor at Glastonbury, right? We have that very, like, this is some old Celtic roots very strongly. A feeling of destiny is around this card. So I feel like a lot of people will be embracing their destiny. They will be going to these next levels spiritually, just onward, upward. And it begins with you accepting who you are, accepting a mission, accepting what it is. But both of these feel like they're really, it's like they're both calling in um, this better energy, right? Those are the two things that we're calling in. Yeah. Of course, we could get a little silly here, you know, strange women lying about in ponds distributing swords. Just a little bit there. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's get into our tarot. This is going to be a 12-month spread, so it's going to be 12 cards from the first deck, 12 cards from the second. To clarify, we will go over each one of these months, you know, in brief to give an idea of how that is going to play out over this year. So let me go ahead and tune into 12 cards, one for each month. And the main elements and themes of each month of the year. And guys, when I do the overviews for each sign, I will be doing a very similar reading to this. But this is for our collective. This is for all of us. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. January. And I will be pulling out, of course, my pocket planner. We'll go over a January as well. January starts with the Knight of Cups. So this to me, of course, is love offers. It's emotional journeys that we are taking. It's people wanting to go towards each other. I think that's very, very strongly obvious. There's a lot of people that feel very drawn to make those emotional offers, very drawn to offer their cup to someone. You may feel that as well. There's a lot of that longing. There's a lot of longing. I feel that very strongly in the collective. You know, this, of course, is very strong Pisces energy, Cancer, Scorpio. Let's get a clarifier for the Knight of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Swords. There's the longing. There's the anxiety. I feel like it's because people are held back or feel held back from this. You know, it's like they feel like they can't make the moves they want to, can't reach out the way they would like to. And so there's coming in a lot of anxiety. There's a little bit of that dark night of the soul energy, guys. So I think that that's what a lot of, you know, January is going to feel like. Doesn't mean it's all bad, but it just means that we're really having to get, again, that angel of solitude, you know, calling that in. We need a lot of support to get through the anxiety of, you know, not being with each other or not feeling as close to each other as we would like. So let's take a peek at our January month to see energetically what's happening. Mars will be entering the sign of Taurus on January 6th. So that's going to bring a very slow and steady wins the race feeling. On January the 8th, Friday, we will have Mercury going into Aquarius, which is a very futuristic, forward-thinking place for Mercury. Venus on the same day will be entering the sign of Capricorn, which definitely takes our relationships into a slow but steady energy, but it is very determined. It's very determined. It's very ambitious in love. It wants dedication. It wants commitment. So to me, part of what it is that's making us frustrated is we want to go forward in our commitments. We want to go forward with dating people, seeing people, but we may feel held back simply because of the things that are happening in the world. January's new moon starts on Tuesday the 12th, Wednesday the 13th for some of us. And very nice news for our Aquarius out there. On Thursday, January 14th, we have Uranus moving direct, and that is after a 5-month retrograde. So the nice thing that's going to really happen in the middle of January is going to be that Uranus moves direct. Uranus deals with the future. It deals with our future plans and dreams and our idealistic thoughts. So that's when we'll start to really see our plans for the future start to shift and start to get underway. Of course, on January 19th, the sun enters the sign of Aquarius at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And then let's see, what do we round out our month with? We round out January with two things. Full moon in Leo on the 28th. And on the 30th of January, we have our first Mercury retrograde of the year. It will be retrograde until February 20th. So that is that's our January. That's our January. Yes. So let's get into February. All right, February though. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like the best use of some of that more frustrated energy during January, because I'm seeing this 10 of Pentacles for February, is really saying that even if we have a lot of frustration or emotional setbacks, it may be just a really good time to focus on work, because February is looking pretty awesome for that. I mean, this is abundance. This is stability. This is like the chicken's coming home to roost. That's what that one found. That one feels like. You know, this is to me feeling a little more solid, a little more helpful. People feeling a little bit better, you know, financially. Let's hope. Cross my fingers on that one. February, of course, like I said, most of it will be under the auspices of a Mercury retrograde. And so that certainly brings things back around. Like if we were owed money, maybe the government, right? We're owed money from either our taxes or checks or whatever it is. Sometimes, you know, that reversal of energy. If you're planning to file your taxes and you're a little worried that you may not have everything together, do it during Mercury retrograde, because everybody else is just as confused as you and they're just going to push it through. I know that's terrible, but it's true. Don't let the IRS find out. I told you. It's the truth. 5 of Cups, right? So that's crossing our 10 of Pentacles. I'm telling you, there's a lot of emotion. There's so much emotion that's really not easy at the beginning of this new year. I don't sugarcoat this stuff. It's true. I think we're really going through a lot of grieving. We're going through a lot of letdowns, disappointments, old heartaches, old losses. We're truly working on letting those go. It's always what I feel about the 5 of Cups, because these are the cups that are spilled and nothing you can do about them. And it's good to grieve through it. But remember, the 2 of Cups is still standing. So I really feel like there's a lot of element of focus for February. So let's just flip through our ephemeris, our calendar really quick, and I'll give you some deeper messages on that. Let's see what we have. First off, I'm going to see what sign Mercury is retrograde in for that first retrograde. It is in the sign of Aquarius. Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's to me a lot of our ideas about how we want to go, where we want to go in the future really being reviewed very, very strongly. So, big thing that we have in February, our new moon is in, let's see, new moon in Aquarius. That's going to be on February 11th. We have the Lunar New Year starting, a Chinese New Year. The Year of the Ox is going to be starting on February 12th. That is a Friday. Then the sun enters the sign of Pisces, magical Pisces, on February 18th. Then we have Mercury going direct on the 20th. Woot woot. And we're wrapping it up pretty quickly because, Venus will be entering the sign of Pisces at the end of February. So that means it will have journeyed through Capricorn and Aquarius. Venus in Pisces is one of the very best places for Pisces. And so it will be very compassionate, very emotional, very dreamy, really wants love in its life. It's one of the best times for love. I'm just going to say that is when Venus is in Pisces. Um, and so our full moon is on February 27th. That'll be the full moon in Virgo. All right, so let's get into March. March forward. March 4th. Page of Swords is here for our month of March on the collective. So to me, this is new thoughts, new ideas, new messages coming in. So this could be a very strong communication month. There could be a lot of ideas. Pages, yes, they are a little more immature. So this could be dealing with a youthful kind of energy or a slightly immature energy. It's Gemini, it's Libra, it's Aquarius. This can be people texting you, calling you, the typical sliding into the DMs, that kind of stuff. And so it's really discerning who you want to talk to, who you want to share with, because there could be quite a flurry of new messages and new information coming your way in that month of March. Yep. And it could start you on a whole new track. Be open. Be open to what comes through in March, because we have the Fool card on this. So take the leap of faith. See things with new eyes. Be willing to see things with a fresh mindset. That's what I would say around this month of March, absolutely, for us. So let's get into what happens in our month of March astrologically. We start out our month with Mars moving into multitasker Gemini. So when Mars is in Gemini, I would say that, it's like we can feel really restless. We need variety. We need diversity. We need to have more than one thing to do, or we get kind of bored. That's the energy of the month of March. Going forward, our new moon in March in Pisces is going to be on Saturday the 13th. Daylight savings time begins on March 14th. Just throwing that one in there for you. Mercury enters the sign of Pisces on March 15th. That is a very dreamy, poetic, musical, spiritual place for Mercury to be, because Mercury rules our mind. On March 20th is our International Astrology Day. It is the beginning of the astrological new year as the sun goes into the sign of Aries, which triggers our spring equinox. That is Saturday the 20th at 5:37 a.m. Eastern Time. And the very day after that, on Sunday the 21st, Venus moves into Aries as well. So there is a huge burst of fire, of life returning on that day. And we wrap up our month of March. All right, so April, I'm already liking the way this one looks, because I feel like, in a way, the first 3 months of the year feel a little bit challenging, not horrible, but they are challenging. And so what I see kind of turning a corner a bit in the month of April is the Six of Swords, where a lot of the old pain, the drama, the conflicts, the difficulties, all that, icky gossip or things that just have been worrying you a lot, you start to leave them behind. There's this real concerted effort towards moving towards the peaceful waters after going through some rocky times, right? Making a very, very conscious decision. To me, the Six of Swords is both an emotional decision because of the water, and it's also an intellectual decision because of the swords, right? It's a heart and mind decision to get in that boat and get away from the choppy times. So let's get a clarifier on our Six of Swords for the month of April. Ace of Pentacles, very, very positive. Like I said, there's a real feeling of leaving something that's not good or stable behind, going towards an Ace of Pentacles, which is really the promise of spirit, fulfilling you, manifesting miracles and abundance into your life. So it's like literally, this is where you're going. This is where we're going in April. April's going to be a good month. That's how it feels. It's gonna definitely be dynamic. There's going to be action, and that really gives way. So let's, did we already look at April? No, here we go. All right, so astrologically, let's look through our astrology book. we're starting out the month of April with Mercury on Saturday the 3rd, also moving into Aries. So we're going to have a very strong contingent in Aries. That will give us 3 planets in Aries starting out our month in April. So there's just a lot of new energy. A lot of disasters tend to happen during the time of Aries. So there is that, right? Because people want to go fast, they want to move quick, they don't want to slow down. So if you can manage to be a little more practical in your movement, there's a lot of potential for getting a lot done, just like that action card that we had at the beginning of the read. So just, be wise with your movement because there's going to be a lot of it. So on April 11th, we have our new moon in Aries. So, that's going to be a couple days there. We've got four getting together in Aries. Then it does change up on Wednesday the 14th. We have Venus moving into the sign of Taurus. And Taurus, of course, is very grounded. It's a nice place for Venus to be. It's very stable. It's very rooted. It's very committed. So this can be a beautiful, growing, flourishing time for our personal relationships. Then on April the 19th, the sun moves into the sign of Taurus. Mercury moves into the sign of Taurus. So we go from that super, super fire-charged Aries energy to a very nice, deep, earthy stability. So I feel that April's a very dynamic month. Towards the end of the month, Mars goes into Cancer on the 23rd of Friday. I'm going to tell you, when Mars is in Cancer, expect a lot of mood swings because Mars is our energy, it's our action, it's our dynamic, and then Cancer can be very moody. So Mars in Cancer can bring a lot of ups and downs and mood swings. Be patient with yourself, be patient with others. On April 26th, we have our full moon in that sign of Scorpio, because that will be opposing the Taurus sun. And on, let's see, April 27th, good news for all of my Scorpio friends out there. You get a little bit of a rest. Tuesday, the 27th, that's actually a lot when our retrograde season starts. So that's going to be Pluto going into retrograde on that 27th. Pluto gets to take a little cat nap. All right. So let's go into our next coming month of May. Check it out. Look at that. We start out the month of May with the Ace of Wands. So again, another very, very strong action card, a very strong card of, enthusiasm, vitality, life force returning, all of that kind of energy. May to me is, I'm a Capricorn, so it's a positive month. It's Taurus energy. It's very earthy. You can get a lot done during that time. Work is usually very good for me during the month of May, just traditionally is. And so that's very much like super, super powered. So let's see what we have clarifying that Ace of Wands. Give us a little bit of why that is there for our month of May next year. Look at that, the Hierophant. And that is Taurus energy, which is our Taurus season right there at the beginning of May. So to me, that's a very stable, very rooted, a lot of secrets on a spiritual level being revealed, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of spiritual clarity. For some of you, it can mean, committed, stable relationships going to the next level, joining a spiritual group. Or one that really helps you to feel more grounded and stable, or other people coming to you for spiritual advice. That can be one of those things, or you coming to somebody else for spiritual advice. I like the feeling of May. That's a nice energy. It's very powerful. So we start our month of May out on Monday the 3rd. Mercury, our planet of communication, is moving into lively Gemini. Mercury in Gemini is a good place because it gets us talking, thinking, sharing ideas, collecting information. On Saturday the 8th, Venus will be going into the sign of Gemini as well. This is a good place for Venus if you're looking for light, happy interactions, especially on a friendship level, not so much on the romance level. So during the time of Venus being in Gemini, don't expect a whole lot of passion and fireworks in the romance department. Expect more to have good conversations, go out, do a variety of different activities. That's really where it's at. Going into the rest of May, on the 11th, Tuesday, we have the new moon in Taurus. And then moving into Thursday, Jupiter will enter the sign of Pisces for just a little while before it goes retrograde. So we're getting a taste of Jupiter in Pisces. Very exciting. That's really, especially, maybe that's why that's there, because that opens up our spiritual awareness in a big, big, powerful way. Then on the 20th of May, the sun moves into our sign of Gemini. On May 23rd, Saturn gets to take a break. He's going retrograde May 23rd, of course, in the sign of Aquarius. And we wrap up our month with two big movements. We have the full moon in the sign of Sagittarius along with a lunar eclipse, and that's going to be May 26th on Wednesday evening. And then our last motion of the month is our second Mercury retrograde of the year that will be in Gemini, and that's going to be starting on Saturday 29th, and that one lasts from May 29th until June 22nd. You know, it's interesting, but I think all of our Mercury retrogrades this year will be in air signs. So air signs will be the most affected. They'll notice it the most. But I'll also say that I like Mercury going retrograde in air signs more because it's a more ephemeral element. It's not in an earth sign messing with our money. It's not water signs getting in our emotional life real bad. You know, it's a little easier to deal with them when they're in air signs. Because it is an air element. All right, so let's go into our month of June, y'all. Let's see what we've got. So June, that's our, you know, mostly Gemini and our Cancer month. So here we go. We have got 3 of Swords coming up. This could be a tough month. This could be a tougher one. June could bring a little more heartache, a little more emotional stress. Something might let you down. There might be some sort of disappointment. But let's see what we've got clarifying that. Why is the 3 of Swords here for this month of June 2021? Ten of Swords, because something very painful is coming to an end. And so I think if there was something difficult that was ongoing, you know, this is actually coming to an end. So this is very positive. You know, the end of disappointments, the end of loss, the end of pain, the end of grief and heartache. That's very positive. So I feel that even if you go through something very difficult in the month of June, it's not going to last for long, because the Ten of Swords is a very, you know, very clear cut, no pun intended, you know, ending to those painful cycles, to the things that have been stressing you out. And because it is the 10, and we had the 9 in January, check that out. I feel like anything that may have been bothering you or weighing heavily on your heart or mind since January for some of us really comes to a full completion in June. June might not be the easiest month, but I think it's actually going to liberate us quite a bit on a universal level. So let's see what we have planetarily going on that month. We do start out the month of June with Venus entering the sign of Cancer. I don't mind Venus in Cancer. I think it's very beautiful. It's very nostalgic. It's sentimental. It's very loving. It's very comforting, very nurturing. It also is very emotional, very nostalgic. So for some of us, some of this difficult emotional energy could be something that rises up from the past or has to be dealt with. Very possible. New moon energy on June the 10th. That's coming in with our solar eclipse in Gemini. Woot! So yeah, solar eclipse energies are always about embracing something new. And so to me, a solar eclipse in Gemini, by the way, all our eclipses are going to be in Gemini and Sagittarius. Absolutely. So just get ready to embrace a lot of new philosophies to life, a lot of new ways of thinking. The very next day, Friday the 11th, Mars moves out of the sign of Cancer and into the sign of Leo. Mars is well aspect in Leo because it is a fire sign, and Mars loves being a fire sign. I think this is great for our creativity, speaking from the heart, acting from the heart. There's a lot of heart-based energy coming through here. And that's probably why a lot of emotions are coming to the surface with the tarot. On June the 20th, Sunday, we have the sun moving into the sign of Cancer properly, and we also have Jupiter going retrograde, which it will retrograde back through those first degrees of Pisces and back into Aquarius. Yeah, and that, of course, is the summer solstice, when the sun enters the sign of Cancer. Mercury goes direct on Tuesday the 22nd. Our full moon on the 23rd will be in the sign of Capricorn. Yes, it will. And on Friday the 25th, Neptune goes retrograde. So for all the Pisces in the house, that's when you get to take a break. That's when Neptune goes into reverse and you start to turn within a little bit more. We wrap up the month with Venus leaving Cancer and going into the sign of Leo. When Venus is in Leo, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of color, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of people demanding to be treated as the king and queen that they are, so just be aware of that. It's also a very creative place for Venus. So let's get into our month of July. That's going to be it. July is coming up with the Page of Cups. That is the card we have for the collective here. So to me, again, emotional messages. There's a lot of communication, I feel, this year. A lot of back and forth. So to me, July is that month where people are really tuned into their emotions. We are in Cancer season. This is water energy, and they're bringing in those, messages of love, compassion, reconciliation, nostalgia, or sentimentality. This could be a time when they're finally coming in and saying, I'm really sorry about this. Can we fix things? Will you forgive me? Or vice versa. It's very much what that's about. So let's get a clarifier. What kind of messages are coming through with this Page of Cups for July 2021? Knight of Swords. Ooh, it's nervous. It is nervous because the Knight of Swords, that can be that restless mental energy. It has a lot to say. It knows it has a lot to make up for. It hasn't done it in a while. I feel like July is a huge month of redressing old wrongs. It is. Okay. Let's get into the astrology of the month of July. Let's see how it plays out. All right, so the big movements that we have in July 2021, Friday the 9th, we start with our new moon in Cancer. It opens up a 2-week cycle of greater growth and productivity. Mercury goes into the sign of Cancer on July 11th. This is where it's coming. This is where it's coming in. Because that, Mercury being in Cancer, our mind goes back. It gets nostalgic. It gets sentimental. It's like it longs for the good old days. And so that's why I think there's a lot of this energy of people just coming through, sometimes really nervous to talk to each other, like, oh my God, are they going to forgive me? Are they going to talk to me at all? But that's what's coming through on that month. Let's see what else we've got. Overall, this is looking pretty quiet astrologically. It's not a lot of crash, boom, bang. Venus does enter the sign of Virgo on July 21st. And the sun goes into the sign of Leo on the 22nd of July. Our full moon, that's going to be in the sign of Aquarius, comes the day after on Friday 23rd. And right at the end, Jupiter it retrogrades back into Aquarius on Wednesday 28th. Thursday 29th, Mars moves into Virgo. So that sets us up for a very serious, no-nonsense kind of August, because when Mars is in Virgo, it's time to organize. It's time to get a lot of things done. So moving into our August, look at that. 4 of Swords. Take a break. Time to relax. Time to reflect. Time to do some inner recovery work. Get more naps. Get more rest. Take a break, guys. Definitely make time to rest your mind. Don't overwork the thoughts. 4 of Swords is definitely taking a little bit of a break after the battle. So let's get a clarifier on why the 4 of Swords is here for us. Yeah, because some things might be a little confusing to us. Yeah, the month of August is going to be very intuitive, very subconscious-based energy. So check that out. It's like really tuning in within yourself so that you can get clarity. This is Pisces energy, that moon card, and that's why it can be a little confusing. Has that, connection with deception traditionally, simply because things look different under the light of the moon than they look under the light of the sun. And so this is really saying take some time to see whatever issues you're working with under two different lights. See them under the different aspects, and notice the changes or notice the difference. That way you'll get closest to the actual truth. So let's get into our August, guys. We start out, of course, that month is Lammas, which is midsummer. So we have our new moon in Leo starting on August the 8th. We have Mercury moving into Virgo on Wednesday 11th. So that gives us Mercury and Mars moving in Virgo in August. So yeah, we're really going to be focused on getting some real work done, doing a lot of healing work. On the 15th, we have Venus moving into the sign of Libra. Yes, very nice place. Very nice place for Venus to be. Very happy to see that. On Thursday, the 19th of August, we have Uranus, the ruling planet of Aquarius, moving retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And so that is when those future plans start to get put to the side. We start to rework them. We start to think about where we're heading next. See, we're just about to come out of Uranus in retrograde, but that's when it goes back in, as in August. And then our Virgo season begins August 22nd. That is when the sun will be moving into the sign of Virgo. And on our last 2 days, okay, yeah, last movement of August is the Mercury moves into Libra as well on Sunday, the 29th of August. So that's all about fairness. That's all about justice. That sets us up for that feeling of like things have got to be balanced. A lot of checks and balance action going on. My feeling is overall that, August is going to be a month of reflection and relaxation. And even if it doesn't feel relaxing, we should make an effort to, because it feels like there's just been a lot. There's been a lot, like through the first, half of the year. So it's like we really need a little downtime, a little me time. Yeah. Going into September, look at that. Queen of Swords, our Libra queen. And so to me, that's going to bring about a feeling of getting rid of any old negative energies, any old negative people, cutting any kind of drama or nasty energy out of your life. Like I said, Mercury is going to start out that month being in Libra, and there's our Libra queen. And of course, later in the month of September, the sun moves into Libra. So there could be that real feeling of like time to cleanse and clear and purge, because Virgo is all about cleansing and clearing things that are not healthful from your life. I think this is a freedom month. Oh my goodness, September is a freedom month. Look at that. 8 of Swords. Liberate yourself, y'all. This is for everyone here. So, yes, September, it is about freedom. It is about making those decisions that free you from any kind of inhibition, being pressed down on, and not being able to move forward. Woo! All right, so let's see astrologically some highlights for our September. New moon starts on Monday. That's going to be that Virgo new moon. That is definitely a house cleaning moon energy. It's time for that clean sweep. Friday, the 10th of September, Venus moves into that intense sign of Scorpio. So absolutely, you will be digging below the surface and really making decisions about who gets to stay and who has to go. Mars is entering the sign of Libra as well on Tuesday the 14th. So this puts a lot of energy into making sure that things are fair, harmonized, balanced. Mars has a hard time sometimes being expressed in Libra because Mars is our fight. Libra is the diplomat that doesn't really like to fight. So you've got to find ways to express your aggression, your anger, your frustration in healthy ways, because otherwise it can turn very passive aggressive and just go nowhere. So that's very important to know if you're born with Mars in Libra or if you are going through a Mars in Libra period. Full moon of the month on September is going to be in our sign of, let's see, well, it'll be Pisces. Yeah, that'll be the Pisces full moon. And that is on Monday 20th. And then on Wednesday 22nd, the sun enters the sign of Libra properly and begins our fall equinox. And we have our last Mercury retrograde of the year, and that is going to be on Sunday 26th. And that's going to be in the sign of Libra. So that's our last retrograde, and that lasts until October 18th. Yeah. So that's not a bad thing. All right, let's see what else. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it for September. All right, guys, let's see October. October is coming in nice with an Ace of Cups energy, so check that one out. I do feel that there is a lot. This could be an overall semi-challenging year, but I really feel like there are rewards along the way, right? There are breakthroughs along the way. We may really have to make effort. We really may have to make a lot of effort to clean and clear and cycle some of these difficult things out. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. So it's a cleansing and clearing on a lot of levels, you know, but whether it's your home, your health, your life, your personal life, all of it. All of it's coming up. The way your mind works, the way your mind processes information. So October is an Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful blessing from Spirit. It's love, it's emotional stability and well-being, it's spiritual stability and well-being. It's definitely that gift from Spirit. Could be that thing we've been working for all year. And the Three of Wands. Oh, so to me, guys, October is an open up and receive kind of month. Let it come to you with that Three of Wands. Your ship's coming in, old things being restored. That's a beautiful energy right there. It's one of the nicest of the year so far. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got astrologically. Okay, so that's when we start to come out of some of our retrogrades. That's no wonder. No wonder it feels so good already. All right, so October 6th is our new moon in Libra, and Pluto, the ruling planet of Scorpio, goes direct. On Thursday the 7th, Venus moves into Sagittarius. On 10th, Saturn goes direct. So there you go. We're coming out of these retrogrades in October, which is very finally getting moving again. On October 17th, Jupiter goes direct as well. So we got 3 big planets moving direct. Mercury moves direct again on the 18th. Wow. So we have 4 planets going out of retrograde so far for the month of October. No wonder it feels like, whew, finally, right? Wednesday the 20th, the full moon will be in that sign of Aries. That will be the Aries full moon. October 23rd, the sun enters our wonderful sign of Scorpio. Yes. Wrapping up the month of October on the 30th, we have Mars leaving Libra and moving into the sign of Scorpio. So I think that October sounds really good. It does. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, Moonchild. The Aries full moon comes in the month of Libra because whenever the sun's in Libra, the full moon is going to be in Aries. Yeah. All right, so let's get into the last 2 months of 2021. For November next year, we have our Emperor card, very fiery, nice, strong Aries energy coming out. So I do feel that direct action is very, very obvious. It's interesting how the cards actually reflect a lot of those astrological themes and patterns. It's like they're harder when all our planets are in retrograde, and they get easier when they go direct. So the Emperor, of course, is wisdom. You know, people don't always think about that because they don't think about, a lot of people make the mistake that Aries can't be wise, but oh, they can. And the Emperor is our Aries. It's a veteran, man. He's been to war. He's been to battle. He's not just a ruler, right? He's also a fighter, and he knows what it's like. He knows what it's like to be through that. That's why he has that balance of wisdom. That's why he has the sovereignty, right? That's where that all comes from. And so to me, it's like making really good decisions and taking action from an informed place. So let's see what we have on top of that Emperor. Why is he coming through for our month of November 2021, Spirit? Justice. Look at this beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energies. Here's Venus, here's Mars. Here's Aries, here's Libra. So to me, there's a lot of balance being restored. I think, y'all, if anything crappy happens, which, you know, it's inevitable, it's life, but things that are unfair, things that are not right, they're going to be addressed. It may take a minute, it may take till closer to the end of the year, but it's gonna get taken care of. It's gonna get taken care of. Absolutely. Last card. Let's see. No, let me do the astrology first. We gotta do that. November. Okay, November. Let's go through these quickly. Um, Thursday, the new moon on the 4th of November. That will be the new moon of Scorpio. Daylight savings time ends on on Sunday the 7th. Friday the 5th, Venus enters the sign of Capricorn and Mercury goes into Scorpio. That's a nice combination, by the way. That's a sextile. And so even though Scorpio and Capricorn can be a little bit doom and gloomy, that's a nice combination because it's passionate, it's dedicated. I feel like relationships can get really nice and connected during that pattern of energy. Let's see what else we've got for this month of November. Full moon on the 19th. Yeah, that'll be our Taurus full moon along with the lunar eclipse. So Taurus, even though most of our eclipses are happening in Gemini and Sag, you're getting called out for that one. So all my Taurus folks, you are getting a lunar eclipse November 19th this year. Sun enters Sagittarius on Sunday the 21st. Mercury enters also the sign of Sagittarius on November 24th. And that's what wraps up our month of November. So let's get into December. Check out who we've got for our last month of next year, y'all. The Queen of Wands, our Leo queen, our fiery girl, our magic queen with her black cat. Yes, she is esoteric. She is mysterious. She knows how to work her magic. But she's also a beautiful, divine counterpart to this Aries Emperor. Very fiery pair here at the end of the year. So to me, this isn't the easiest year. I think that that's not really surprising in a lot of ways, especially the middle of the year. Like getting into that like June, July, August business. September is a lot of freedom from all that. A lot of breakthroughs. And October gets really nice. The rest of the year, this coming year gets really nice. There is some stuff. There is just some stuff that's going to have to be worked through and dealt with. No doubt about that. But there's a lot of points of power. There's a lot of stepping into, you know, your personal power, your personal spirituality and growth. So it's not bad at all. But it's going to get better towards the end of the year, next year. That's just the feeling that's coming through. Yeah, look at this. We got 6 of Swords twice. 6 of Swords twice. So we've got, you know, the Queen of Wands working her magic and moving forward, getting away yet again from the drama, from the pain, from the struggles. Probably one of the best months of this year. It looks like October. April looks good. May looks pretty good. The hardest months are to me going to be that June through September cycle. Those are kind of the most difficult ones, is what I'm looking at. So December energies next year. Wednesday, December 1st, we start out with Neptune moving direct, good for the Pisces. New moon and solar eclipse in Sagittarius on December 4th. Wow. Mars is entering the sign of Sagittarius and Mercury into Capricorn on December 13th. Ooh, we have a Venus retrograde. All right, so Saturday the 18th, we have our full moon in Gemini. Sunday the 19th, we have Venus going retrograde until January 29th of the next year. Oh my goodness. So we end our year with a Venus retrograde. Holy cow. Sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, triggering our winter solstice. Jupiter properly goes into the sign of Pisces. That's our last major movement of the year is Jupiter going into Pisces. So this is a lot of dynamic energy. I'm gonna check that Venus retrograde here. That was like, oh boy, we're coming to that. All right, doing that one again. That's gonna be a Venus retrograde in Capricorn, guys. So buckle up. Buckle up for that one. That's going to be intense. I'm just going to say straight out, it will be intense. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap up this evening here with some pick a card. Pick a card for y'all. Make this a little bit more personal. And I will be doing a very similar layout for all of the signs. And I will be recording those and posting those starting hopefully tonight. or tomorrow. And we will be working through those one piece at a time, one piece at a time. All right, guys. So let's see what we have got. Let's see what we've got for us for this year. I've got 4 different oracle decks that we're going to use. So let's start. I'm going to use the Divine Door deck. Do our Divine Doors. Oh, it's hair raising here. Aw. Good to see you, hair raising. I hope you were happy and well, and happy New Year to you too, darling. So I'm going to pick a few out of the, we're going to grab the first couple that come out of the Divine Doors deck. I'm going to show everyone the front of the cards, and you can take a look at all of them, decide which one of them speaks strongest to you, and I will flip those over and read them one by one. And I'm going to do 5 for you to choose from because we're going into a 5-year. So here's our first door. Here's our second door. Here is the third door. And try to get told all these. Here is our 4th and our 5th. So take a moment, everybody. Take a look at each of these cards. Let that sink in. Sometimes it's not always what it looks like. It's sometimes just what it feels like to you. Which one feels the best? We're starting over here with number 1. That's going to be this side. So 1, 2, 3 is the blue one, and then 4 and 5. All right. So just give you a moment to choose those. All right, guys. So for those of you who chose door number 1, this is Distant Dream. Ooh. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Yes, so there it is. This is calling you to dream big. This is calling your heart to, dare to dream, dare to bring those dreams into manifestation. Yes, and if more than one feels right, then pick that one too. All right, for those of you who chose door number 2, on the back, we have the Birth card. Ooh, so that's a renewal card. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings for you. So this new year is definitely a brand new door, brand new fresh energy working in your life, if that is the card that you felt the most pulled to. All right, so those of you who chose door number 3, there is the deep blue, midnight blue door. And on the back, we have Secret Sketches. Wander and seek, the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. Ooh, so this is really saying to keep records. If you felt this one very strongly, this is, really, seeking out people who are for your best, seeking out people who are compassionate and kind, and then recording those memories so that you remember that there are good people, there are good energies in the world, right? And that you're sharing it with others. It's for others to find this as well. It's like, that feels like a real networking kind of card. It does. It feels like you might meet someone and then you meet someone else somewhere else, and it's like, oh, those two would connect, or they could help this person over here. And it's, yeah, you might want to just get a physical address book and just start writing down numbers and information about people. It might be a really, really cathartic thing. So for those of you who chose door number 4 with that ray of light coming through, look at this. Change beckons. Oof. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. So I do feel like there's a lot of like opening of doors, opening of rebirth, opening of, daring to dream things bigger. That's a lot. That is so beautiful. This is really saying that when change comes, don't be afraid. Don't let it rock you off your groove. Don't let it throw you off of your path because it's meant to be. It's meant to be. And I like that this one is here. For those of you who chose the fifth card, the fifth door, we have a cure for longing. And it's interesting because we started out that 12-month reading with that feeling of longing. I felt that there. So love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly, then you have arrived. So if you're having that feeling of longing, find ways to bridge the gap, right? Live deliberately. Choose deliberately. Don't let things happen just by accident. Live with intention. That's really what it's saying. And that's how you're going to cure some of that longing in the soul. Yes. All right. Next, I'm going to, for those of you who may have been here for one of my Spirit Animal Sundays, you might recognize this deck. This is our Divine Feather Messenger. So I'm going to, again, pull 5 of these cards out. There are all different birds associated with these feathers. And I want you to just look at the 5 different feathers that I will get out of here. And then see which one calls to you the strongest. I see the funny stuff y'all are saying in the chat. It is making me laugh inside. It truly is. All right, here is our feather number 1, feather number 2, feather number 3, feather number 4. I'm just trying to get all these up so that they're in correct order. And on the end, next to the whiter feather, is feather number 5. So I'm going to let you guys take a peek at those for just a moment. Just breathe in, breathe out. Don't overthink it. Just feel which one you want to go towards the strongest. Alright guys, now let's see which ones they are. So for those of you who chose feather number 1, you have got the blue parrot, the blue macaw coming through. Let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. Oh, I love that, especially because in our planetary energy, our sign energy of the year, we got Aquarius. And that, like I said, is all about not worrying about what other people think of you. Be yourself. This beautiful blue and gold macaw. I love these birds. Oh my goodness. I've always, birds, being my birds. All right, for those of you who chose feather number 2. All right, let's see who we've got. We have got the vulture spirit. Check him out. Accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth to begin. So I do feel that this is a very important element of our year ahead. Absolutely. This to me is very much stepping through. The vulture, is a, I often jokingly call him the garbage man of the natural world, right? Because he cleans things up, he gets rid of stuff, but he also makes sure nothing is wasted, right? You don't waste the carrion, don't waste the carcasses, make good use of them, and then also at the same time, clean up the forest. I mean, they are a tremendous bird. They're, honestly, I love them. Buzzards, vultures, they're freaking amazing. And so this to me is all about turning loose the past, purifying it, clarity, cleansing. I feel like through the middle of the year, that June, like they said, that June through September period, this is what we'll be embodying. Yes, Trash Panda of the Sky. He's awesome. I love my, if you ever see that cheesy old movie, McKenna's Gold, with the turkey buzzard song? That's one from my dad's library. Old turkey buzzard, flying high. Oh my gosh, it's like the cheesiest movie, but oh my word. All right, for those of you who chose feather number 3, there we go, right in the center. We have got the hummingbird spirit. Very different energy, right? Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. So I really do feel that so far already with these energies, there's an overall theme. Even though these birds are very different, it's all about let go. Let go of your burdens. Transform past the old. It's very, very nice. I love my hummingbirds. I do. They come to my feeders every summer. They are harbingers of joy, love, prosperity, all that good energy. They're fabulous. For those of you who checked out the 4th feather, that is feather number 4, here he is, our white eagle spirit. Anytime you see, I don't know if there actually are white eagles in nature unless they're like a mutation or something. But whenever you see the white aspect of an animal, it's the same. White and black aspect are very magic. They're very connected with the divine and with the pure spiritual energy. So that's what I feel about this white eagle. For those of you who chose this, you're really ascending to new spiritual heights this year. That's a very strong one for you. And for those of you who chose our last feather, the 5th feather, that is going to be our goose spirit. I have to say, I love my goose. Your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. So anybody that's got that goose spirit coming through and chose that 5th feather, this to me is saying you've definitely got the stamina to get through it. The goose is Capricorn energy all the way. It is about, having strength, having the ability to have that endurance going forward. So all awesome messages. I do feel like we have a deep journey ahead of us this year, and I also do feel that there's this huge energy of letting things go, whatever it is, whether it's people's expectations of you, worrying about what they think, any of that garbage. It's like, let's turn it loose. Let's transmute it, right? Let's transmute that energy into something a whole lot nicer. All right, so now we're going to go with our rhyme and reason cards. And I know that these are a little bit more tricky because the backs of them are all the same. So you're really going to have to go on pure energy alone with these cards. But these are really fun. I love the little messages on these. They're a really fun oracle made by a lady in England that does a series called the Witchwood Oracle. And so these are just some oracular messages for a little bit of insight, on this year ahead. So I'm going to pick again. I'm going to do 5. You may feel it on a numeric vibration. You just may feel it. All right, so here is card number 1. Card number 2. Card number 3. Number 4. See, and I'm going to get 5. All right, so like I said, all of these have the same back, so you're just going to have to feel out which one of them says the most to you from an intuitive level. So we've got 1 here on the end, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 1, we have the Sun. Ooh, very, very strong. To me, the Sun is a very positive card indeed. It is also a card of intensity. So what it says on the message, fly too close and what falls back, feathers, splints, and sealing wax. So to me, that gets into that, the story of Icarus who flew too close to the sun. So to me, this is all about, creation, destruction, it's intensity, it's moderating your ambitions. So basically, guys, if you pulled the Sun card, there's a lot of blessing. You have a lot of personal radiance, personal magnetism. There's a lot of luck in your life, but you just want to moderate your energy so that you don't burn out on the way towards your destination, and that you don't, like, you know, go so far out of what you can feasibly accomplish that you come away disappointed, right? So that is our Sun card. Beautiful. That's a good one. It is. It's just a message of moderation. Moderate your sparkle just a little bit, just a little bit. For those of you who chose the number 2, the second card, we have the Architect with, I think, our little spider spirit on there. I love my spiders. And the message is, in the halls of mice and men, behind the scenes you weave and spin a subtle web of endless span, a card of purpose. Order imposed, resolution, restitution, the universe speaks, and divine providence. So if you chose the second card, that speaks to a lot of creativity, a lot of, you know, coming up with that master plan. Therefore, it is the Architect. And I love my spiders. Like I said, I'm a life path 8, and that's the number 8 right there. There she is. So yeah, reread Charlotte's Web this year. Remember, spiders are your friends. All right. If you chose card number 3, that is the Fan, a card of concealment. Yes. And so the message on this one, a fan can say what manners can't, as signaling a veiled intent, a card of communication. I love that. So this is about unexpected communications, secrets and mysteries revealed, and a story unfolds before you, just like the Fan, okay? So this could mean, you know, people opening up more to each other. This could mean that, you know, finally what you've been seeking is revealed to you. That's a really nice card. It's a really nice card. So number 4, if you chose the 4th card, we have the Lily coming through here, the card of transience. This is about seizing the day, short-term benefits. So to me, this is a beautiful timing card. Lily white, your flower is bright. Enjoy it while you may. Lily pale, your bloom will fail for almost fade away. So to me, that's saying that if you get an opportunity, you get an offer, don't think about it too long. If you want to take it, take it. If it feels right, do it. This is really, you know, Carpe diem, right? Gonna go watch Dead Poet Society again. That's to get a little homework with each of these cards. Get a little homework with each of these. All right, so those of you who chose number 5, number 5 is the Purse, a card of concealment. Ooh, so something being revealed here. Pandora's box is best left closed for who would have their secrets told. To me, this is all about things that are deeply, you know, held within, but something long buried coming to light, opening up truths and concealments being revealed. So this is a little bit like the Fan card, right? Think about what you hold close to the heart. Think about what you might like to reveal, or what would kind of set you free. It's like if you just put that down, or you just opened up about this, how much more free and liberated you would actually feel. Yeah, unpack those bags. That's unpacking those bags, you know, or bagage if you have it. Moonchild, I don't know if that's the same thing. You lose your purse all the time. I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that's the same. All right, guys, we got one more. We got one more to do, and this is going to be Pick Your Ritual. This is from the Magical Spell card deck. I absolutely am crazy about these cards. It has a book that comes with it that gives you little rituals that you can do with each one. And for anybody that would like to get the ritual that comes along with the card that you select, just let me know. You can text me. I put my number on all of my videos. Just tell me you want the XYZ ritual, what a fill in the blank, and I'll take a picture of the pages and send them to you. No problem. So let's see what we've got. Let's see which 5 rituals are going to be some of the best for this 2021 year. As we go through this, please let me see what we should choose from. You get 5 cards on this. Thank you so much. I feel good about these. Oh my goodness, I really do. All right, card number 1 is right here. Card number 2. Card number 3. I know these are a little bigger. Then we have card 4, and I'm going to put up 5 right next to it. And those I think are actually look the same on the back. Yeah, so 4 and 5. Wow. And every one of these, I'm going to tell you, they're all good. Every one of them is awesome. So go ahead, everyone. Take a look at the outside of these and just feel which one is right for you. Just take a good breath in and out. All right, y'all, let's see which ones came up. So for those who chose card number 1, check it out. We have the love ritual, and it, funny enough, is the number 1 card of the deck. So Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. Yeah. So if you would like, just let me know. Like I said, each one of these cards has a ritual that goes along with it. This is actually such an amazing deck because it's very interactive. It has this little book, and so if you want the full ritual, I can take a picture of that and text it to you. So next, those who chose card number 2, that is going to be our success ritual. Woo, yes, success is the best. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. Yes. So anyone that wants that ritual can just let me know. But that does bring through success in all of your adventures and ventures. Those who chose card number 3, I love this one. To me, this is one of the best. So grace is card number 3. Ritual number 3 is the ritual of grace. Grace, blessing, come to me and set me free. So to me, this is about freedom. It truly is. It's about letting go, which there's so much of a need for that in this coming year. If you chose card number 4, ooh, check this one out. You have got the ritual of courage. Courage coming through, giving you strength, giving you what it takes to get through any of the battles of life. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. I like that one a lot. It has that very like warrior goddess kind of spirit around it. And I have to say, maybe, I don't know, this is another favorite for me. For those of you who chose card number 5, you chose the ritual of wisdom with our little owls on there. So we're getting a little owl spirit action, a little Athena action going on. On a Wednesday with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. Oh my goodness. Like I said, all of these are good. So no matter what you picked, you can't go wrong. All right, guys. So now we're going to wrap our evening up so I can go in there and grab my bunnies as the new year comes about. This is an oldie but a goodie. Bringing in my guitar. And this is Auld Lang Syne. This is both versions of Auld Lang Syne. One of them is the Old Scots, the older version, and then the more anglicized version that we're more familiar with. And I hear stuff blowing up outside. So if you know this song, or even if you don't, feel free to sing along wherever you are to this beautiful old Scottish song. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. You know that. It's an old Saturday Night Live skit for all you out there. We twa hae run about the praise and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered mony's a weary foot, from morning sun till dine. But seas between us pretty road, seen old lang syne, and surely you'll be your pine stop, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and gives a hand of thine, and we'll take a richt good willie wad for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Have a wonderful evening, y'all. Happy 2021, and I will be seeing you again very, very soon. Good evening.